during that COVID time when we were struggling, right? One of the things that was in our us co-founders that we were discussing was we had this huge hunger to learn, and we were like, what is missing in us? How can we fill the gaps that each of me, Swati, and Nagaraj? How do we address these growing up? Because our dreams are not to be a small player. We want to really make a difference. Like it's not about the size of the company, but we want to make a sizable difference in what we do. And how do we get there? Because once we scale up, how do we manage ourselves? Was a question that we asked, and then we identified gaps that we had or areas of improvement that we could have in a lot of this, and that was the first thing that triggered this, because at that point we realized, okay, we needed mentors. We needed people that we could go to, whose experience we could rely on, and we could sound off some decisions. I think that experience would really, really help, right? So that was the way in which we ended up finding a lot of these advisors. And I think the biggest one for us in terms of you ask conditions is the connection to sport. So all of our advisors, if you see, they are connected to sport. Either they've been at the leadership of sport in a lot of ways, or even at some personal level, they're connected and passionate about sport. From our team to our advisors, I mean, all of us have this huge connection to sport. And I think that's one of the biggest things sort of gets us going. And obviously, then the next one is, I think this is really, really important, be it investors or be it advisors or be it team members. I think it's the relationship as well. It's how comfortable you are with working with that person, right? Because sometimes you have these people where, you have this question in your head and you want to ask someone, but maybe this advisor comes to mind and you can't really go to him because you're thinking, oh, what might he say? And he might give you a bad. So you don't want that kind of person on your team, right? And lucky for us is all of the people that we have on board are really proactive. Whenever I have suddenly a thought in my head, I know exactly which person to ask on the team. And that I think is really, really important. And also, if that advisor were to come to me and always be a yes man, that is also really difficult, because I think the real value that they bring is their experience. And if they can criticize you constructively, to really ask questions, ask tough questions off of you, make you accountable for your decisions, I think that's the real value of having those advisors on board. And fortunately for us, I think we've had some really good people.